Hey everybody, this is Larry with the Hobby Progress Tasting Room, and today we've got a special edition for you. Today we are doing the Boulevard Rye on Rye. This is the 2020 limited release version. This is a whiskey barrel aged ale with maple syrup. So I've had previous editions of the Rye on Rye, and you may have seen it in one of my first videos. It is still tops the charts as one of my favorite beers of all time. It was amazing. The 2019 was fantastic. This one's a little different. This one's got the maple, so I expect it to be sweeter than the old Rye on Rye. It still tops out at a 13.2% alcohol by volume. This is a butt kicker of a beer, folks. 16 IBU though, so this is going to be a relatively mild beer. The IBUs are how bitter the beer is. So 16 is extremely low. Like a good solid IPA will be in the mid to high 20s, low 30s for good high IBU IPAs. So this ale is extremely low. I'm anxious to get this thing poured. Kind of pours like maple syrup. That is a good dark brown color. It is almost completely dark. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can smell the maple. It smells kind of syrupy. It smells very sweet. But you can also smell the rye in it too. Oh, wow. That is very syrupy. You catch all the maple, but it still finishes like the Rye on Rye. It is extraordinarily heavy and sweet. This beer will fill you up. I mean, it's got a lot of good flavor to it. But it is very sweet. You can't taste the 13.2% alcohol. It doesn't have any spice or heat to it. It is just very cool, very mellow, but just an explosion of flavor in the maple. It may almost be considered too sweet, in my opinion. I like something a little more punchy, but it just finishes so smooth. Man, 13.2%. That is very good. I don't think it's as good as last year. I don't think I would put this one on the top of my list. There are other high alcohol ales that I would probably put before it that aren't as sweet. But that is really good. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I would pair this with. I would have to say, because it's so sweet, you may want to try something more salty or something different with it. I have a friend that has tried it, and he recommended pizza with it, just because it was so salty and garlicky. It balanced it out. It almost seems a shame to eat pizza with something like this because it is so much flavor on its own. If you were to eat it with like a pepperoni pizza, it just seems like you'd overpower the flavor of the beer. But it was hard to overpower something this strong. It's hard to explain how it's mellow but it's strong. It's just a very smooth, even-keeled flavor all the way through. From the time it hits your tongue to the time you finish swallowing, it is just straight up maple. It's not like you're chugging syrup though. It's not that thick, but it's just very good. okay, you get a couple drinks in, and you can start to pick out the alcohol. You get a little bit of burn in the roof of your mouth. You can kind of feel it. But it masks that 13% alcohol very, very well. This is sold in a 4-pack. I recommend you maintain strict discipline on your 4-pack. 13% alcohol, if you're not used to it, will kick you hard. You'll feel these beers very quick. I recommend buying that 4-pack, taking it to a tasting with your friends, enjoying one beer with these, and then go to something lighter. Because you are not going to enjoy a whole night of Rye on Rye. I think you'll fill up so fast, your stomach will tell you that you need to stop. It is just that much flavor. But I mean, it's very good. Not as good as last year, though. So if you are looking for a tasting room style beer, something to impress your friends with the quality of beer that you buy, something to take to a dinner party to have after a meal, or something like that, to hell with the bottle of wine. Grab a pack of Rye on Rye if you can still find it. I'm not sure it's still out there in stores. I was lucky enough to pick up several packs to have with me. I enjoy this. But that is it for this special edition of the Tasting Room. My single beer, the Boulevard Rye on Rye Maple Barrel Aged Maple Whiskey Barrel Aged with Maple Syrup limited release. If you like this, please like and subscribe here on YouTube. You can also leave any beer suggestions you have in the comments. You can also leave comments on my Facebook page, or you can email me at hobbyprogress@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.